Hello, Travis here. Welcome back to Factorio Space Age. Now, I know a while ago I kind of decided to scrap an entire video because I was not feeling that good, and I sounded like I was dying, more or less. So, okay. Well, in the last episode, this was supposed to be episode. So far, we've made science, got it to a launch pad, and configured our lab, lab network to handle electromagnetic science. Since then, I did uh, a bit of research. Uh, I researched Tesla weapons, which I'll kind of talk about in a little bit. Rail Support Foundation, which allows me to build, which I'll talk about. Uh, Quality free modules, Mark II row reports. I believe I showed me getting the lightning collectors on screen. Mark III batteries, personal batteries, Mark II shields, and then the mech armor. I got the mech armor research. Now, I'm gonna be honest. What this episode was going to be, episode 65, if I'm not correct, was setting up. I set up this. Which is the construction of the both the Tesla gun and the Tesla turrets. I did a mini demonstration of. I would have done a mini demonstration of the thing, but I'll probably do that again. Kind of teched a bit. I'm gonna be honest. I was not really happy with the outcome of that video. Uh, nothing really went my way. It was kind of a sloppy video. Even the intro was kind of not really. I wasn't exactly happy with it. So I still have the footage for them, and at some, if I, if I so, if I feel inclined, I might release it as like lost footage or whatever. But until then, uh, I'm gonna do something different. You might notice this edition, it's another scrap processing thing. This is kind of future-proofing the base because, as you might notice, we don't have a lot of scrap on my. We're almost completely depleted all the scrap on this our supply base island, which is to be expected. Oh yeah, I also kind of I mostly fixed the power issues over here. It gets a bit hairy when I get a burst of supercapacitors and all of this is going at once. Yeah, this isn't perfect. With the whole random trash mechanic of Fulgora, there's no perfect way, and I can just cheese this all with bots, but I didn't really feel like it. In fact, I haven't really made any logistic bots at all on Fulgora. So I was thinking about maybe potentially doing making this video be about an alternate way of getting quality stuff, making which is getting the base ingredient to be all of there's a way of like upcycle, it's kind of upcycling is what it's, I believe it's what it's called, where you're basically taking a expensive thing, breaking it down to components, and using quality models to get a chance that some of those things may be. Right, but before we, let me show you what the Tesla gun, because the Tesla gun is probably one of my favorite things. There are no enemies on Fulgora, so we really just have to. The Tesla gun uses Tesla ammo, which is it's kind of expensive because it uses supercapacitors, but like that it's the whole gimmick of you see how it kind of like spreads out. Oh no. It's okay, I don't have any contributing bots in the network, so it won't be fine. Tether weapons have this kind of it's like the stereotypical thing of like what do you think of like a lightning gun? It's like it shoots out and then it's like forking out to different enemies. It's kind of like that. There is another aspect of lightning. I don't know if it I believe it does stagger. It has a if it doesn't outright Tesla guns and Tesla turrets are quite effective. They're pretty strong, which is why if I grab a Tesla turret, I think I had one in my inventory. I did not. Where was I? You can kind of see energy per job, 12 megajoules. You need 1 megawatt of power just to keep this thing idle. It's not even attacking anything. In comparison to like a laser turret, if I give me a second. In comparison, a laser turret only takes like, look, it's 24 kilowatts. But the thing is, a laser turret is a single target. A Tesla turret, it will it's really good at it's like the better flamethrower turret. The Tesla turret quite literally power creeps the I don't need all these broken pipes. Alright, but now that we have a... Oops. Alright, we're gonna destroy... I'll just hook that into Nick just because, but... We're gonna be working on mech armor. And mech armor is... It is not cheap. let's put it down. We need 100 blue chips, 200 holmium plate, 50 superconductors, which, bear in mind, do need holmium plate, as do supercapacitors, which we also need, and and we also need a power armor mark II, which is a lot, but we have like we can make a ton of. In fact, I should probably. So we're gonna try and be making mech armor this episode. And mech armor is probably, if there's one thing that you absolutely must do before leaving Fulgora, it's making the mech armor. It's quite literally Iron Man. I am gonna siphon off of some of my. We need 200. We need a lot of modules. So I'm hoping. I might help out. I have like a butt ton of. I have way too many green chips. Red chips, I will. Steal from the belt because I think I'll just have to temporarily turn off. I'm just going to do that just so. I have a ton of modules as it is right now. Alright. So, I kind of, so a lot of my relay was to set up this, which is just gonna be kind of to replace. I'm like Vulcanus, which is gonna be my next, again, it's gonna be my next thing on the to-do list. Where I want to clean up this spaghetti, as well as set up tungsten exports, tungsten and calcite exports. I do have plans to completely rework maybe turn the supply base into a more of a bot-based approach. But I really so I kind of we're siphoning off the solid fuel for the supply train, ice for the water, siphoning off all the chips so we can make more. And in fact, I'm gonna do buffer just because I think if I look at yeah, it'll help. Hopefully, it will help prioritize our chips not being used for everything else in my base. I can't put productivity modules in those. I'm not gonna waste my time. I already know that I can't. So I believe the last two things we have on the belt is 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. What else am I missing? I have thing for iron gear, solid fuel, concrete, ice, steel, batteries, stone. Yeah, the last two things are gonna be this. I'm gonna do half of inventory. So the rest is gonna be going into now recycling copper cable is kind of ridiculously inefficient with the conversion rate. You probably get like one piece of copper back from like maybe 10. It's not a very good return on an investment. Well, I kind of wait for my chest to be. This is what we kind of talking about upcycling. So we're putting quality miles in steel, and of course steel recycles into itself, but it could also. So therefore, we're infusing a loop where if we somehow get a piece of steel, and then it's not we're either gonna throw the regular steel back into the supply. Ah, so that's how coverages work. Alright, that makes alright. Alright, we're going to... send the steel back. Like this. There where we're not very... I think I should probably put... The only for... If you're trying to avoid... create void setup, only the first being the speed modules. Because the rest one, you can just... The rest one are less likely to spit back out a new item. Alright. So now that we have our things trimmed, let's start making our Mech armor. Blue chips we already have. Holmium plate we already have. Let's work on the superconductors. I do have a thing of light oil right here. Superconductors we need. The one ire I have with 4x4 buildings is that it does not work with most of the buildings are odd sizes, so it really messes with your head sometimes. I don't need it. Alright. There could be a potential for Holmium backup, but Holmium's rare enough that it won't be. And I forgot to pick up my Alright. Light oil. Having heavy oil is honestly probably one of the perks of Fulgora, because it makes me look dumb for bringing refineries to. You do absolutely do. If you're ever going to Fulgora, do not pack refineries. You literally do not need them. Alright. The mech armor is probably only can be crafted in the EM plants. No, it is crafted in an assembler. Okay. We're going to direct insert. course, we're going to maximize our quality. Now that we have it, we can work on the other components, which is going to be holmium. That's going to be our end goal. At the end of the day, we are going to see something pop out into this chest, and we are going to have some fun with it. One thing I didn't know about buffer chests is that if you request your chests that don't have the ability to pull from your buffer chests, do not pull from buffer chests. There's something I actually quite literally just use my brain, 2 brain cells to next one we got oh yeah. That's our super K. We're gonna need you know, the fact that request chests can't request from buffers if you don't toggle it makes a lot more sense why I didn't quite understand buffer fish in my vanilla run. I tried using buffer chests to kind of keep my bots from pulling from a different source, but they kept pulling from a different source. Well, now I know why. You learn something every day. Alright. Now time to try out this Power Armor Mark II. I might. Oh. Do I have request the proper? Wait, why am I using? No, I don't want. I want speed and efficiency. I tried to put. I already. I stopped myself before. You cannot put quality modules, productivity modules, in a module crafting recipe. Alright. So, I'm gonna try automating this, which of course is going to be rough because well, let's see how far I can get away with all this. Let's see how many. I clearly need to make more. You know what? I could throw in here speed modules. I'm gonna do some pseudo handcrafting of just to speed things up. Once I leave Fulgora, I could care less. All this could stall, and I really don't care. The only thing that really matters is keeping this running, and it runs. Not super fast, but honestly, it works good. Considering that I put zero planning at all into this, besides from when I was making it on camera, it's impressive that it works at all, and that's all I'm happy with. Aha. Alright. that. Did I really exhaust? No shot. No. How? What? Oh, I maxed out the connections on this. All right. While that works, I can probably. Re-hook up this. I do not need all of that. And while we're waiting for my, another thing I can do while I wait for my camera, which is crafting. Awesome. When to turn off a schedule for profundity and start shipping up. Because I will be departing this. The first thing I'll probably be doing next episode is leaving her book. And here we go, the mech armor. Hold on. We gotta see. Boom. Look at me. You might have just seen the mech armor is quite cool. For starters, it has a teensy bit more equipment grade. It's a 10 by. The reason why we're grabbing quality because of. We needed to. It's a really. I might. figure. There we go. Now we're the mech armor is if you think of it as kind of like an Iron Man suit, it's probably one of the best. I mean, it is the best. And I'll probably have to. For starters, it looks really cool. Just like the whole cannon on it. Kind of like a flamethrower and like a grabby arm on the other. But the other neat thing about it is we can fly, we can fly, we can fly. No longer are we stalled by walking over any oil, actually. We can fly over buildings. I don't think does the mech armor. There's also a small inventory bonus that gets better of quality. So, there's a mod in Factorio called Squeak Through, which basically allows you to like worm your way through buildings, like solar, like you'd be able to squeak through off-road. Just have the outer thing by giving biters the ability to walk through. I believe it kind of. I'm guessing it probably just changes the hitbox of the. Of the individual buildings. So imagine having squeak through, but better because you can just fly out onto. You just fly anywhere. Now there is actually a way we can do this in the base game. That being the Spidertron, but the Spidertron we won't be seeing for a while because guess where it's locked? Guess where it's locked? It's not there. That's right, Glubba. Glubba, we will have to set our sights on soon. In fact, I will just start the research now for it. But I think so yeah. Of course, there's a few like things like the Mark II Roboport. I might see if I can get some quality exoskeletons here too. I might have some on a novice. I do not. Why did I turn this off? know what? I might have I might get quality. I'll probably get, and then I'll start shipping all my goodies to orbit. Head well, all the goodies that I will need to fix Vulcanus. I will be shipping like all like my quality module, like because I'm not going to be. There will be a need where I'll have to eventually just start shipping. I believe it's Holmium plate, maybe. I don't know. I it when the time that I need to start exporting from Fulgora is way out of my. I don't even. It's gonna be for like Quillo stuff if I'm not. In any regard, I think I'm going to be coming, which means I'm going to be doing a mini, kind of a first impressions Fulgora. I will be going back on Fulgora at the end, where I'll kind of just do a grand review of the entire DLC, because there's just a lot. But don't even think about seeing that video. I'm not even close to beating the game. Alright, so Fulgora. Fulgora's a bit interesting. I like it, but there's a lot of people. I've seen a lot of discourse about how people are frustrated with Fulgora and will just go the easy way route with like bot spam, which again, I'm not going to hate on that strategy because it is viable. However, I do understand Fulgora is not nearly as straightforward as Vulcanus is. Vulcanus, you get your coal, you break a few rocks, get calcite, get the fountain, then get tungsten, get the foundry, get the big mining drill, and then you make the sign. It's pretty easy. Fulgora is, as you can see, I'm as I keep my screen, my remote view over my science field right here. It's a lot more involved. Getting like the technology is like, yeah, but supercapacitors are not super easy to make. So I will say, Fulgora and Vulcanus are like the two planets that are much more viable to go to first. But if I were to say which one I would say at this part of the series, if I were to ask, if past me were to ask now me, which planet I would go to first, I would say Vulcanus, out of the sheer fact that foundries are god tier, and that they synergize with Holmium plate. Also, like the big mining drills, they're gonna be relevant everywhere. So like, it's a fun challenge. Some people aren't going to like the challenge, and I get it. There's a kind of a yeah, and I have a feeling Glubba is gonna be one of my worst nightmares. Oh, wow, I actually got a surplus of red chips in the system. Not anymore, but another dinger is that a lot of its technology isn't as nearly exportable as a Vulcanus. If I pull up the Vulcanus artillery that is going to be within the next 5 episodes, guaranteed. I'm pretty asterisk. Cliff explosives, they're usable everywhere. I even had to import some from in between takes because Cliff's Fulgora's challenge is a nuisance enough that worrying about having to do with Cliffs too is just like it just makes it another reason why you want to go to Vulcanus Curse over Fulgora, I would argue. But let's nonetheless, asteroid reprocessing. I probably should make better use of this. I probably will when I end up designing a Gleba Fulgora hauler to take a bunch of my science back. Coal liquefaction is ridiculously strong. Low density structure productivity, always useful. And it gives us access to tungsten belts, speed modules, all very good. And it even has we have a joint joint Vulcanus Fulgora tech for rail support foundations, which I'll kind of quick demonstrate. Lots of we weren't able to build over like this before, but now we can like so that's what that is all about. But in comparison to Vulcanus, Fulgora's tech is not necessarily. Two of its techs are tied only to its planet. You won't be. The lightning collectors are only relevant to Fulgora. Which is a shame because maybe it would be cool to have like occasional lightning storms on Novice. Because it seems like an Earth-like planet. And rail support foundations. This tech, this sounds nice on paper, but like water isn't. There is no deep water rail foundation hazard on Novice. And you can't build over lava. For that, you need foundation, which is locked behind Aquilo. And of course, scrap per second productivity is technically not locked in. I feel like all in all, Fulgora's tech tree is a little bit underwhelming. Except the mech armor. I won't hate on the mech armor. I'd say, in terms of being I dare even make the suggestion, even though I like the hate on Gleba, that Glubba's texture might be a little bit more useful, but we'll so I would say it's a pretty good. I didn't like it as much as I don't like Fulgora as much as I hoped I would, because I kind of like I get some fun of getting out of logistical challenges and whatnot. But I don't know. Fulgora is okay, but now that we have a science exportation established, I will probably be calling. Next episode we will be going to Vulcanus, back to Vulcanus, if nothing else bad happens. And we will be doing some touch up and getting some tungsten and calcite that we will be need to do a bit of cleanup, I would say. So, if you like this video, leave a like. If you have any comments or concerns, leave them down below. If you want to see more Factorio Space Age, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time.